One of the oftentimes overlooked aspects of Negro Leagues baseball is how great and dominant the pitching was in the Negro Leagues. After all, that position really didn't transition into the major leagues because primarily it was seen as a cerebral position. But check this out. The legendary William Bill Foster, a graduate of Alcorn State University, was one of the most dominant left-handed pitchers in baseball history. The brother of the legendary Andrew Rube Foster. Interestingly enough, his brother Rube didn't want him to play baseball. He wanted him to stay away from the game from a professional perspective. And maybe because it was Rube trying to shelter his brother from the hardships of what a segregated America was like. But then when Rube kept hearing about a guy that was pitching so well, and the guy said his last name was Foster, he said, "That's my brother. Ship him on over here." And he joins Rube and the Chicago American Giants, and the rest is history as Willie Foster would embark on, again, one of the most amazing pitching journeys in baseball history. Both brothers are enshrined in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. And it would be interesting to stack both of them together as the most dominant brother pitching combination in baseball history. Willie Foster, who stood about 6'2", weighed about 195, used his height and length and weight to dominate opposing hitters. Left-handed, blazing fastball, had a great early version of a slider, great changeup, great drop-off-the-table kind of curveball, all that he threw with pinpoint accuracy, which is what made him so difficult to hit. And no batter enjoyed stepping into the batter's box to face that. In 1926, Willie Foster won 26 consecutive games against all levels of competition, including major leaguers. And then he follows that up the very next year and goes 32-3 in one of the most amazing pitching performances in baseball history. Willie Foster was masterful, showcased it with some of the greatest teams in baseball history. In 1931, Willie Foster joined Cumberland Posey's Homestead Grays and made what was already an unbelievable team, arguably the greatest team in baseball history. Foster would join future Hall of Famers Oscar Charleston, Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, Boo June Wilson, and the legendary Smokey Joe Williams to form one of the greatest baseball clubs in baseball history. And Willie Foster helped pitch them to unparalleled heights. Willie Foster was the starting pitcher in the inaugural East-West All-Star Game in 1933. The East-West All-Star Game, the Negro League showcase event, debuted the same year as Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. And yes, it outdrew Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. Here's Willie Foster pitching a complete 9-inning game in an All-Star game. Think about that. Most All-Star Game pitchers go about 3 innings. Willie Foster towed the rubber for all 9 innings in helping the West defeat the East in the inaugural East-West All-Star Game. When the stakes were at its highest, that is when Willie Foster wanted the ball. There's some who don't want the ball when everything is on the line. Willie Foster was not one of those. No. The bigger the stage, the brighter he was. In a series against the Kansas City Monarchs, Willie Foster, with the Chicago American Giants, needing 2 victories to pull it out, pitched both ends of a doubleheader. Now, after winning the first game of the doubleheader, the manager basically polled the rest of the players to see who they wanted to pitch. And every one of them pointed to the great Willie Foster. and Foster did not let them down, defeating the Kansas City Monarchs in a remarkable doubleheader where he pitched both ends of that doubleheader. For me, Willie Foster epitomizes the player in the Negro Leagues because many of them were considered to be vagabonds, tramps, illiterate. This was certainly not the case, and Willie Foster exemplifies that athlete that called the Negro Leagues home. College educated and a tremendous athlete, tremendous competitor who is at his best when the lights were brightest. Willie Foster joined his brother Andrew Rube Foster in the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1996. But I would gather that Willie Foster, if he was with us, would say he was equally proud of what he did by becoming Dean of Students at Alcorn and coaching the Alcorn baseball team, passing down what he had learned through his illustrious career in the Negro Leagues.